So how do you actually plan to actually bring that value to those founders?
Do you want to take a cam or do you want me to?
Yeah, I can start. So we have a long roadmap, and obviously a certain amount is conceptual, and we'll validate through time. But I can tell you a little bit about the first couple of products that we've built. So the key one to begin with is our blueprint product, and it's this idea that a lot of founders don't necessarily know at a point in time what they need to do to raise capital in the current market. VCs often will be looking for different things, different market environments. It might be efficiency or growth or whatever else. And metric benchmarks change. So the amount of revenue you need to raise, the gross margins you need to raise are transient through time. So from speaking to lots of founders and them making it clear to us that they were often uncertain about how they were placed, and a very common task for us would be to try and give feedback to a founder. We jump into our reams of spreadsheets and jump into our SharePoints and Google Drive to try and get comps up. We realize that there's a lot of efficiency to be gained by just having all that information structured and standardized in a database, which seems like a very obvious thing to do, but most VCs don't do it. But then having this as a self-service product, so the ability for a founder to go in, run through a highly interactive, effectively onboarding experience of their data, and then immediately, without any interaction with us, getting a benchmarking blueprint report. This idea that they can understand how their business is doing versus comps, which are relevant to them, and then how well they're placed to raise in the current market environment. So look, I think that's a really good example of where the data-driven strategy comes together with a real burning founder need, or like a really common question, and something that's very time-consuming as an investor to do, to actually go through and find the right comps and everything else, and give that back to the founder, and something we've been able to productize quite effectively.